and talk a little bit about your car.
Well, what we have here is a 1972 or 71, I'm not even sure. I just bought this car off of Mr. X. I bought a Mark I Escort in Thailand off a guy called Mr. X, who apparently is the expert that you go to if you want a tattoo of a dragon. You go see Mr. X. So Mr. X was kind enough to sell me this car because he's in a little bit of a financial difficulty. And what can I tell you? It's a dog standard Thailand market car. It was originally built in Thailand by Ford. I guess they had some sort of manufacturing plant. 1300cc pushrod engine. Not very fast, but most of these cars have been already stripped of their original drive lines, and a common thing to do in Thailand is to buy Japanese exported engines and fit modern drive lines. Most of these things have some sort of Toyota, Nissan engines put in them, make them faster, more reliable, but this car has managed to stay almost unscathed. It does, however, have a retrofit air conditioning, which does work, by the way. If you're a bit cold, we can fire that up. Still blowing cold air. And it's got the tuk-tuk brake lights. If you go under the dash, I step on the brake. You know when I step on the brake. Even though it is only a standard 1300, it was redone by Simon in Mexico livery, so it has a small wheel arch extensions in the front, and it's painted orange, so couldn't say no. It's a lovely little car.
So what is your inspiration?
My inspiration for what? Buying this car?
For buying this car, building this car, restoring this car?
Well, every once in a while an opportunity comes along and it's just too good to be true. The price I paid for this car, I could easily, without touching the car, double my money. But it's more to have, just because my granddad used to have an old Ford Escort that I used to drive around in England. So it kind of feels like going back in time a little bit. And want to preserve this car. I want to make sure that this car doesn't get chopped up and turned into a hot rod, because they're becoming very, very rare. And in Thailand, of course, there's no rust, very little rust, no salt of any kind. It's a good climate for keeping metal in good shape. And this shell, I've seen a lot of Mark I's in an unrestored condition, and this shell is the cleanest shell I've ever seen, almost no rust at all. So it's a very special car, I think. Even though it's just a bog standard 1300, I'm very happy. So here we are at the Siam Country Club in Pattaya. And I'm not really sure where I'm going. We're just going for a look around. So, yes, it's good life here in Thailand. Very good life.